Less than an hour west of Cheyenne, Wyoming, the WWII Pole Mountain unit of Medicine Bow National Forest is found. 55,000 acres of prairie, rolling hills, rock outcroppings, and rocky mountains rising to over 9,000 feet, all ready to be explored. But before it became a peaceful national forest in 1951, this land was, let's say, anything but peaceful. Let's see here. A land of hidden treasures. Oh, be bear aware. That's pretty standard. Watch for falling trees. It's a forest after all. Wait, what? Military target range? Military training? May contain unexploded ordnance? Munitions are dangerous? Retreat! Nah. Okay, so let's go find a spot to camp. So 55,000 acres of beauty and bombs, where you can camp for free, pretty much anywhere you like. Does it get any better than that? Oh, what do we have here? Oh, hey, this is near the end of the road. Nice little pull off here. The fire ring. Let's get out and check this out. Yes, I think this will work absolutely beautifully. Okay, the sun is getting low and it is time to set up camp. Now you might be thinking, is this camping spot really on an artillery range? And to be honest with you, at this point, I don't know exactly where the target range is located, but that's all about to change tomorrow, and you don't want to miss it, so stay tuned. So I don't think I'm going to put the rain fly on. It's a beautiful night. It's only supposed to be down into the low 50s, I think. So that's pretty nice sleeping weather. And I would rather see the stars. This fire pit needs a little bit of work. Okay, so you can see the sun is getting low and I've got my tent all set up and ready to go. I got the fire pit cleaned out, but I think now what I need to do is go scavenge some firewood so I can have a nice little fire tonight. In the national forest here, if it's on the ground and dried up, it's fair game. You can collect it and use it for your fire, and I've been surprised how much I've seen around here. So I'm gonna go grab my saw and see what I can find. Have a fire! Oh, wow. What a whirlwind of a day this has been. So I got to the National Forest late this afternoon and spent most of my time zeroing in on a central location where I might be able to find a nice dispersed campsite to set up for this adventure. And wow, did I ever find a good one. This place is a gold mine for dispersed boondocking type camping. It's hard to imagine that a place this peaceful and quiet many decades ago was rocked with bombs and artillery shells. Good morning. Beautiful morning. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Got a great night's rest under the stars, and I think it's time to continue this adventure. So let's go. So let's start out this beautiful morning with a search for remnants of Cold War era nuclear detonation detection system, shall we? In 1963, the Partial Test Ban Treaty banned nuclear testing in the atmosphere, underwater, and in outer space. Not being very trusting, the US developed many different means to ensure the Soviet Union was upholding its part of this treaty. One of those means was a network of seismometers to detect nuclear bomb detonations on the other side of the world. And evidently, remnants of this seismic system can be found right here in this forest. So directly in front of me is Eagle Rock, and it's in this area that the base for one of those seismograph monitors is found. Okay, I just pulled off the side of the road here. Eagle Rock is up there. And there's some rocks here that look like they would make a good foundation for seismograph. So I'm gonna do some exploring around here and see if I can find that foundation. Okay, I've been scrambling around here for about 5 minutes, and I think I just might have spotted something. Look at that right over there. Right up here, I see a little flat, man-made looking spot. Let's go check it out. Sure enough, there it is. Wow, how incredible that a slab of concrete laid on a huge slab of granite could hold an instrument that measures nuclear bomb testing being conducted on the other side of the earth. Incredible. Guys, I was just about to walk back to the car and I noticed this pile of rock right here. But it's not just a pile of rock, it's a fire pit that somebody has put together. It's a second foundation for a seismograph. Just about 15 feet away from the other one. So from seismograph foundation to fire pit. I think a fire pit is a much more peaceful proposition than monitoring nuclear weapons. So moving on from the Cold War era back to World War II, we make our way to our next discovery. And am I imagining things, or does it look like these rolling hills are peppered with pockmarks? Well, this was a target and maneuver range for more than 50 years. The Army, Air Force, ROTC, National Guard all had some fun blowing things up and shooting things down around here. There once was a headquarters with 18 buildings, most of which are long gone, but standing tall since the 1930s is the Merritt Hill Observation Bunker, our next stop. Observers from here would radio coordinates to the gunners, who would dial in their 75mm cannons, and then the observers would watch the strikes and report the accuracy, or lack of, back to the troops for any needed adjustments.
Puma 2, this is Observer 1 Alpha. Call for fire to follow. Warn out. Fire perfect at grid November Bravo. 4 tree 278 altitude 520. Danger close. Fire perfect.
I mean, can you imagine being hunkered down in this bunker and hearing the shells come whistling overhead and exploding out here? Okay, that's enough excitement for now. Time to head on down the trail from artillery range to free range beef. Speaking of beef, the soldiers gotta eat, and that's our next stop. Okay, after just a very short walk, I think I see our destination right there, peeking out of the sage. Wow, this is pretty cool. So from my research, I understand that these are old steam stoves / ovens used in a military kitchen in a camp in this area. Wow, these are pretty cool. So I don't know if this will come through in the video, but down underneath here you can see some grates where I assume the fuel, whatever kind of fuel that would have been, coal maybe, would have heated this up. And I believe pots would have sat in these holes and onto these bracket holders. So this one you would have had 2 huge pots 4 smaller pots. Air vent opening to adjust and stoke the stove. Little oven on the side here. And I believe these would have been on wheels and pulled like a trailer. This one has a tongue coming out. So the smaller stove has 2 small ovens plus the 4 steam pots. The bigger one has the 6 steam pots, has 2 ovens on this side and 2 ovens on this side, so 4 ovens total. How many soldiers did this feed? Okay, with all that talk about stoves and ovens, I'm getting hungry. And there's still the artillery target range camping question looming overhead. No pun intended. So it's onward and upward to our next location that I believe will lead to answers and even more adventures. The Bisbee Hill Bunker is located on a rock outcropping with a $2 million view for sure. And after a short walk up a little spur trail, here it is, complete with a dispersed campsite and a spectacular view. Okay, we got our second bunker. Whoa, everything except for this end is pretty much buried. Wonder if this is open. Kinda spooky. Oh, it is. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So just like the last bunker, this has a great view out. So this one has a spectacular view from up top. I got it. I'll camp in the middle of this target range, like right there. Let's go take a look. Okay, folks, here it is, my new campsite. Home away from home for the night. Beautiful little spot tucked in under the trees here. But this is not just any campsite. This is a campsite that is smack dab in the middle of the Pole Mountain Artillery Range. Get along, little doggy. Okay, so tonight I decided to put the rain fly on. Got down to about 50 degrees last night. And I slept under the stars without the rain fly and the open mesh in the tent, and it got a little chilly with the breeze. The breeze would come through, and so I'm going to put the rain fly on just to stop the breeze from coming through the tent. But I have a little dilemma. I've got my stakes, I've got a rock, I've got a rain fly with a vestibule that I'd really like to stake out, stake the tent down. But here in the Pole Mountain area, there's 2 things that are not allowed. 1 is metal detectors, and 2 is digging. Why would that be? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I mean, 75 millimeter shells, that's only about that big. I mean, really, what's the worst that could happen? Actually, come to think of it, 10 o'clock news Man blows himself to smithereens, pounding in 6-inch aluminum tent stake at Pole Mountain. Ain't gonna happen. Just a little further. I kid. All the stakes went in just fine. No explosions. And now it's time to get something to eat. How does a couple pulled pork sandwiches and some home-style ranch sound to you for dinner? Sounds good to me. What a beautiful, beautiful night. Wow, what an adventure this has been, exploring the Pole Mountain area of Medicine Bow National Forest, finding all of these hidden treasures that tell us about the past. So peaceful of a place to come and relax and enjoy the beauty of God's creation, seeing the Milky Way right here streaking overhead, decades removed from that day before it was a national forest. Instead, it was bombs streaking overhead, artillery streaking overhead, trucks rumbling around these meadows, the hustle and bustle of the military practicing their gunning and their maneuvers. I like it better like this. Good morning, everyone. Another beautiful morning here in Medicine Bow National Forest. I survived the night. There was no shelling. There was a little bit of mooing. The cattle are all surrounding me this morning, but it was a peaceful night under the stars, as you saw. I had such a great time exploring this national forest, and I've only just begun. There's so much more to discover, so many more hidden treasures. But I think I'm going to wrap this video up now. If you had a favorite part in this video, I'd love to hear about it below. Or maybe you've been to Medicine Bow National Forest. I'd love to hear about your adventures. So please drop a comment below. If you enjoy this kind of content, I invite you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And I would love to have you join me in the future.